In a time long, long ago, going back into the last century, we might want to have a direction arrow in AutoCAD. And a quick way of creating the direction arrow in AutoCAD was to draw a couple of lines, and I'll put these lines at an angle, and then I'll dimension the angle between those lines. And so I get this curved arrow here, which is what I'm after. So I'll delete the lines, and then I'll explode the dimension. After I have exploded the dimension, I can get rid of this extra extension line. I can get rid of this. It's been a long time since I used AutoCAD. I don't know, I delete that stupid thing. And I'll erase that. And I'll erase this. And then maybe I want to change this to counterclockwise. If I want to put a label on there, and then I'll move that label to where I want it. Anyways, so that I wouldn't have to go through all of that work, over and over and over again, if I know that I'm going to be doing that, I might create a symbol. So I would then save this as a symbol. Now we move forward into the 21st century. We're now using Inventor. And we can do the same thing in Inventor, although I'll do this slightly different. But I'm going to create a sketch symbol, and so I'll tell it to define a new symbol, and I'm going to draw a circle of some particular size, and you can pick whatever size you want. I will draw a couple of lines to trim off the circle. And so I'll trim off that circle, and then I'll get rid of the construction lines just like we did in Inventor. And then I will draw a little arrowhead here. And so, not much work, about 4 clicks to draw an arrowhead. Now I could spend some more time, dimensioning that, putting a line of symmetry in here, getting this perfectly symmetrical. I think you get the idea. I'm going to tell it I want to hatch this region and this region, and for the color of that I want it to be black, and I'm going to set it to solid. And so now I have that, and I'm going to change the properties of all of this. So I'll go to the properties, and I might have to do that as separately. So I'll just select this line, and I'll go to the properties, and I will set that color. I want it to be black, and I want to increase the line weight, let's say to whatever, and so there, now I have that much done. And then if I want to do some text on that, I could either have the text just horizontal, or I could do have it go in a curve. And so let's update that, and so it's on the wrong side, or it's actually oriented incorrectly. So I'll flip that orientation, update that, and I'll need to flip this and update, and then get it on the other side. So I'll put an offset distance, let's say 0.1. I'll update that, and I need to go the other way, so let's do minus 0.1, and maybe a little bit more than that. I might make that text height a little bit smaller too. Let's do that 0.0625, whatever. And I need to go back and edit that again. Yeah, let's change that. Let's do the 0.1. And I want to offset that a little bit more. Yeah, and then I'm going to put it over some. So let's put the start angle, let's say -30, and that might be the let's try 30. So it'll take just a couple of minutes of work, and then once I get that done, you can continue working with it. But once I get that done, I'll call that then. I'll call that counterclockwise direction arrow. So I'm just saving this as a block. Now over here I have this block. I can just double click on that and place that wherever I need. I can put that into my template file, and so I'll always have that. I might have a whole library of sketch symbols that I'm going to use, so do it once and done. If I go to the annotation tab and I insert symbol, I have a choice of putting in the scale. So if I want that 3 times scale, if I want to rotate whatever, so forth, I can make changes as I need to. No, why is it not letting me get that? There we go. I got to go ahead and select it. And so if I don't need the leader, just press enter. If for some reason you wanted a leader, now you could also have the leader. So that is sketch symbols, basically the same as a block in AutoCAD from the last century.